Oh my God, there we go. That is an Alterna in situ. Will I find an Alterna tonight, Tip? I take that as a no. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of West Texas Herping. And you might be wondering why you're looking at the inside of my car door. And that's because the wind is blowing so hard I can't show you this coach whip I just found without blocking it somehow. But we were on our way out to Shine Cuts tonight. I'm out with Reed and found this nice, large but skinny coach whip flying across the road. I think this is a girl that just laid eggs. She's got a little floppy back half there. These snakes can, or a lot of snakes generally, when they lay eggs, lose a lot of weight and have to spend the better part of the summer gaining that back. And that's probably what's going on with this girl. But we're going to give her some water and send her on her way, and hopefully she'll be able to get a meal or two and get that weight back. But we're going to spend the rest of the night shining cuts and cruise our way out to some really good habitat. So if we see anything else, you will know. Just drinking it. Look at that. We tried to water that skinny Atrox last night, but it didn't want any part of it.
Yeah, this one's going to town, man.
Okay. There's more in there. No. Is that enough?
I don't know what to do with this much water, man.
All right, let me go. We don't have any bottled water, so we're having to melt ice for her. But she's got a good bit of water. She's definitely going to be better off than how we found her. So we're just going to let her go on her way and see if we can turn up anything else. Well, guys, it has been a couple of hours, and we have not seen anything else since the coach whip. We're out here shining now, and outlook for tonight is pretty bleak, honestly. Moon's still big, but that wasn't much of a problem last night, and it's just now starting to come over the horizon. So we're going to keep at it and see if we can find anything, but it's not looking good. Oh my God, there we go. That is an Alterna in situ. It's got one eye, dude. This is gnarly.
Do that. No, don't do that.
All right, guys, here we go. Oh, be careful. She is a very little squirrely girl, but I think this is a female Alterna, Gray-banded Kingsnake, that has just laid eggs and is missing an eye. So she's a little bit on the thin side, but is a beautiful snake if we ever get it to stop moving. All right, this guy's finally sitting still for us, but look at this eye. That is crazy. I've never seen a one-eyed Alterna before. That is so gnarly. It makes you wonder what actually got this guy and took its eye. I do think this is actually a girl that has recently laid eggs, and that's why she's a little bit on the thin side. But really excellent looking snake other than that little eye missing. That is so cool. 6th night of the year. It took me 6 nights to get an Alterna this year. I'm still shaking, but this is the only snake we've seen tonight. It's, what, around midnight? A little after? Just after midnight. First snake of the night, Gray-banded Kingsnake. The one-eyed gray band. That is so sick. All right, everyone. This is the main reason I am here in West Texas for the summer. The Gray-banded Kingsnake. Absolutely over the moon to have found this guy tonight. This is my first one and hopefully not my last of the summer, but absolutely stunning, one-eyed individual found here in West Texas. These are, in my opinion, one of the holy grails of U.S. snake hunting, and I am so stoked to have, I'm very fortunate to have seen as many as I have, and I'm even more fortunate to be able to come out here and look for them as often as I can. Even when you're not finding these snakes, it's always a treat to be out in the desert. But anyways, it's just after midnight now. We found this guy just before midnight. So we're going to get some photos of this girl real quick and keep on moving and see what else we can turn up. What a way to start off the night. This is the first snake of the night. Well, we were having a pretty slow night, if 0 snakes can qualify as pretty slow. More like one of the worst of the year so far. Until we decided we should probably go try some other cuts because that one was just not cutting it. And sure enough, the second one we stopped at got that Alterna on the first pass. So we're gonna work this for a bit longer and see if we can turn up anything else. But I mean, the night, the week, the video, the summer, for all intents and purposes, is made. The Alterna ice has been broken, and hopefully that will be the first of many to come. But there's only one way to find out, so we're gonna keep at it, and I will let you guys know if we see anything else. tarantula. Hello. Anyways, we're still at it, still in the same cut. Well, there's our next snake of the night. It's not a very good look at him, but there's a Trans-Pecos rat snake with his head barely hanging out of a crack right there. I don't think he's coming out of there.
Oh yeah, I can absolutely see him from here.
It's a cool shot of him in the crack, just flicking his tongue like, what is going on? All right, we're gonna leave this guy alone, see if we can turn up anything else. There we go, third snake of the night, another suboc. Could be the same one that just came out and flew down the cut, but kind of relatively close, but not very close to where the last one we saw was, so kind of interesting. Two subocs and an alterna on this cut tonight. Pretty classic night in the Trans-Pecos.
Are crazy.
It's a good looking snake. Anyways, we're gonna let this guy go and keep herping. Stuff is out. All right, guys, next snake of the night, Reed spotted this guy. This is so awesome. That is my first mottled rock rattlesnake of the year. Only a couple hours after our first alterna. Just hanging out in situ, in ambush at the base of this rock cut. That is so awesome. We're gonna try to get some in situ photos and then we'll give you a better look at him. So these snakes after alterna are probably my second favorite snake to see here in West Texas. These are probably an easy second before my favorite rattlesnake in the US after pygmies. And you can see right here why. I mean, this snake is perfectly camouflaged to match this rock. And what you're seeing right here is ambush behavior for these guys. So they will sit up against a rock like this and wait for a lizard or anything to come by, and then they'll just snatch it up and eat it. But that is so awesome. This is my first rock rattlesnake of the year, only about an hour after my first alterna of the year. What a night. Well, that was really cool. I didn't get too much footage of that guy because we wanted to leave him as relatively undisturbed as possible so he could continue his hunt. But anyways, two subocs, an alterna, and a rock rattlesnake tonight on the night after a full moon. There's bugs. So last night was awesome and it was dry, but now this is happening. It's time. What is up, everyone? It is the next night. Obviously last night was freaking awesome, as you guys would have seen by now. We're out here again tonight in a slightly different area, same general habitat, looking for the same thing, gray-banded kingsnakes. This particular area is known to have a lot of copperheads, so that might be something cool we could see tonight. It feels half decent if they were all turned out last night. I don't see any good reason why there wouldn't be tonight, so we're gonna get after it and see what we can turn up. That didn't take too long. Here's our first snake of the night, and like I said, there are a lot of copperheads here, so it's not too surprising that that's what this is. Definitely a good looking little juvenile. Oh, he's moving. Headed y'all's way. All right, guys, well, first find of the night, little Trans-Pecos copperhead. Like I said, they are pretty common here, and I would not be surprised if we see a couple more. So we're just gonna leave this guy and see what else we can turn up. Another one. I guess we're gonna have a copperhead party in the desert. This one's a little bigger than the last one, but second Trans-Pecos copperhead of the night. Look at that. Well, the snakes are certainly out. This is a nice contrast to every other time I've been here so far. Yet another copperhead, number 3, hanging out in situ on this cut. Another tiny one. Look at that bug flying into his face. What are you doing, buddy? Just hanging out? All right, as you were. Plenty of these out tonight, at least. Something that isn't a copperhead. A little night snake hanging out right here. As you guys have seen by now, these guys are one of the more common snakes to see while shining cuts. So, just gonna leave this guy right here, but nice to see.
Like
He's losing momentum.
It's like 6 laps, though. Until the light changes?
I think he's gonna go till the light changes.
He better.
This is impressive.
He's been doing this for like a minute.
Whoa! What? What? 1 a.m. update. Last snake, I guess, was I think that Atrox. I didn't get to give you guys too good of a look at it because it was sitting in ambush and I didn't want to bother it, but haven't seen anything since then, and that was at about 11 o'clock, I think. And it's now 1, so we're still at it though. Check this guy out. This is a chirping frog. Pretty secretive little frog species, cliff dwelling. Likes to hang out on these rock outcrops like this guy is. He's gonna go in this hole, I think, but pretty cool to see.
What is him?
Surprise!
What? Corn snake?
Yeah. Little Emery's rat snake on the road on the way out. He's got some nice pattern on him though.
He's nice.
Check this guy out. It's my first Texas banded gecko of the year. These guys are very common in certain areas, and then in other areas they're kind of a treat to see, and I'm not sure which of those areas this is. This is the first one I have seen here, so I don't know how common they are, but look at the size of that guy. Jesus. Anyways, little Texas banded gecko. Could end up being the last find of the night, but pretty cool. Well guys, that's looking like it's going to be it for this video. Obviously the Alterna and most of everything that happened last night was awesome. Tonight was a little on the slow side, but we did see a good number of snakes, and a lot of them were stuff we hadn't seen yet this year. Copperheads, for example. But anyways, it's been a really awesome couple of days, so I'm just going to end this video here, and I will see you guys in the next episode.